The Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 8, The Yoga of the Absolute Reality. Arjuna inquires, what is Brahman, the Absolute Reality? What is the Supreme Self? What is karma? What are the domains and characteristics of the elements of the worlds and of the gods? What is the basis of sacrifice in this body? How are you to be known by the self-controlled at the time of transition? Krishna answers, the Absolute Reality is the imperishable eternal. It is the inherent nature of the Supreme Self, that which manifests and pervades the worlds and individualizes as the essential being of creatures. Karma is the influential agent that causes universal manifestation and souls to be individualized and embodied in various circumstances. The basis of all manifest forms and actions are the guna influences in the field of nature. The agent of transformation is the Spirit of God. The basis of sacrifice here in this body is myself. At the time of leaving the body, the devotee who departs contemplating me alone attains my state of being. There is no doubt about this. Whatever state of being one contemplates when departing the body, one experiences that state. Therefore, at all times, meditate on me. With mind and intelligence fixed on me, you shall then surely come to me. That devotee, disciplined by yoga practices, who meditates on the Absolute, awakens to that transcendent state. The devotee who meditates on that which is omniscient, which is subtler than the subtle, the supporter of all, whose form cannot be imagined, who is effulgent like the sun, beyond darkness, at the time of departure from the body, with steady concentration, endowed with devotion and with the power of yoga samadhi, having directed the vital force between the eyebrows, that one awakens in God. I shall briefly explain that which the knowers of the Scripture call the imperishable, which desire-free ascetics enter, and because of their desire for it, choose a life of self-control, brahmacharya. Closing off the senses, confining awareness to the innermost core of being, having placed the vital force in the higher chakras, established in meditative contemplation, uttering the single syllable Om, which has origins in God, the devotee who renounces the body and goes forth awakens to the highest realization. That devotee who constantly meditates on me only, by that practitioner of yoga, I am easily realized. Coming near to me, those Mahatmas, or great souls, who are accomplished in yoga, do not reincarnate in the realm of imperfection. From the realm of God outward, all manifest realms are places of rebirth. One who awakens in me does not return. Those who know that the day of God extends for 1,000 yugas, and that the night of God is also 1,000 yugas, they are the knowers of the day and night. At the coming of the day, all manifestations emerge from the unmanifest field, and at the coming of the night, they dissolve into the same unmanifest field. This multitude of existences that again and again come into manifestation inevitably dissolve with the coming of the night and emerge again at the coming of the day. But transcending this unmanifest field is another unmanifest field which is superior to it, which does not perish with the dissolution of the manifested realms. This unmanifest field, the Absolute, is indestructible and eternal, the most transcendent level, realizing which devotees do not return. This is my supreme domain. Realizable by steadfast devotion, this is the supreme state in which all existences abide and by which this universe is pervaded. Now I will explain that which determines whether or not practitioners of yoga reincarnate. Fire, light, day, the 2 weeks of the new moon, the 6 months of the northern phase of the sun, those who depart the body, knowing the Absolute, awaken fully to it. Smoke, night, the 2 weeks of the waning moon, the 6 months of the southern phase of the sun, then departing under the lunar influence, the devotee is reincarnated. These two paths of light and dark are thought to be perpetually influential. By one, the devotee does not return to this realm. By the other, the devotee again returns. The practitioner of yoga who knows these two paths is never confused. Therefore, at all times, be steadfast in yoga. The yogi, knowing this, transcending the effects of good deeds associated with the study of Scripture, holy offerings, austerities, and acts of charity, awakens to the supreme, original state of absolute being. In the Upanishad of the Bhagavad Gita, the science of the Absolute, the scripture of yoga, and the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, thus ends the 8th chapter entitled Akshara Brahma Yoga, the Yoga of the Absolute Reality.